Hi everyone, it's Andy from Hobby Headquarters. Well, sorry about the little change in the way we start this video off here. I was in the process of building up the new Ming Fokker triplane, going together really well, and a whole bunch of new kits came in, and I thought I would take a little break from that and show you what the new kits are. So there's some new stuff from Miniart and some new stuff from Tamiya, including their new Panzer IV-F. So I know this one has been highly anticipated, and we're going to take a look at all those right now. So let's get started. The very first kit we're going to take a look at today is a brand new one from Tamiya. This is the 35th scale Panzer IV-F, the FTKFC 161. Now, the kit itself has a release date in the United States, at least, of late November, early December, and I'm assuming the rest of the world will get them about at the same time, and has a retail of $56. So let's take a look at the parts inside of this kit. Now I do want to point out to you guys, a few of the parts are from older Panzer IVs that Tamiya has come out in the past. And that is true of the hull on this kit. So we have a bathtub style hull, and this is off of the Panzer IV that they came out with in the mid-90s. And it's just basically the hull itself. So it has all the detail on the bottom and simple bathtub style hull. We're also going to take a look at this sprue right here, which you do get two of these inside of here. And this is the lower running gear, also off the mid-90s Panzer IV. And you can just take a look at it. It's actually, for the time, it's very, very nice. You've got a texturing on all of the cast parts. If you haven't taken a closer look, I'm just going to show you these real fast. So like I said, you get two of those sprues. Now, everything else from this point on is brand new tooling. And we're going to go back right over in here. And actually, I didn't even notice right off the top, but I guess they're giving you a new final drive cover, the transmission cover. And some of the other parts that are inside this kit. We've got our tools in there, spare track, and some of the other accessory pieces that are normally on a Panzer IV. We got the hollow horn tracks there. That means this had to be slide molded. If those are hollow horn right there, that's really unusual to see a slide mold not on the very edge of the mold. So yeah, there we go. So we got slide molded hollow horn tracks there. And that's going to be helpful because we're coming up on this sprue, which is our link and length tracks. So we have the individual links right here and then the long pieces of track that are going to build up our tracks, which I love these kind of tracks. They make them quick and easy to put together, but still have a lot of detail, and they don't disintegrate and fall apart like some of the rubber band vinyl tracks out there. We also have a guide in here to get the nice sag going on the top. And take a look at those tracks up close. Flip it over. The hollow guide horns are in there. And we also have a few other things like the periscopes and a few of the other accessory tools. Once again, you do get two of those inside the kit as well. Now this sprue has our fenders on it and some of the parts of the upper hull. I'll give you a close-up of the fenders. Part of the gun is also on this sprue as well. And finally, we've got our big sprue of the upper hull. And the upper hull here, as you can see, get you a close up in there of the detail on the kit. Our turret. And we also get 3 tank figures inside, which is always nice. And I'll get you a closer look at all of those guys. So let's flip that around so you can see their faces a little bit better. Also, like most Tamiya kits, we have polycaps, we have a braided line that'll make up the tow cable, and finally a little copper wire in there as well. Now let's take a look at the different markings. As you know, most of the new Tamiya kits all come with this color fold out that'll show you a little history of the kit, and then some nice color shots or color plates that will help you for painting the vehicle. Now they're gonna both be in Russia, the Panzer IV. So we've got 14th Panzer Division in all German gray, and then 5th Panzer, which is in central Russia, and they're calling out their new XF92, which was a yellow brown. They're calling it the DAC color, 1941, with a khaki green overlay on it for this particular one in Russia. So obviously they're wanting more of a faded yellow brown kind of color as opposed to the dark yellow. So you guys tell me. I'm kind of leaning towards this one right here to build up. But I haven't done a German gray in probably 4 or 5 months now, so maybe that one. Which one do you guys think would be the best to see it built up as? Either the Central Russia or Southern Russia? Tell me down below in the comments. I'd be interested to hear about that. And then finally, typical Tamiya instructions. Don't really need to go through much of those because they build just the way you would expect a Tamiya kit would build. Also being reissued from Tamiya is the Lotus Super 7 Series number 2, their 1/24 scale. Now this is, like I said, a reissue of an older kit, but they've added some new product inside to really kind of spruce it up a bit, including this new set of photo etch right here. So we've got all of our grills, as well as some brakes, a few other things. And also, I'm going to leave this in the package here because these are super tiny. These are the air intake. I always called them air intake trumpets, but they're calling them air intake funnels. And those little tiny turned aluminum pieces right there for some of the detail. And they show it also on the box art as well. Now this kit is due to come out sometime in November, late November, probably early December, just like the Panzer IV. Also thought I would just take a couple minutes here and just show you some of the new Miniart products that will be making their way out. First one is German soldiers with jerry cans. So they're in a kind of an action pose of loading up fuel inside, you know, a tank or some other type of vehicle. And you get all of the jerry cans in 2 figures. We also have French civilians from the 1930s and 40s. Great for dioramas and if you want to have some townspeople just walking around. We have a car maintenance set. So 1930s and 40s again, staying with that same time period. Got a guy working on the car underneath it, lady pumping up a tire, and then 2 guys cleaning a car. Great once again for dioramas. We've got some 1930s and 40s welders as well. So you can see them in poses there. Great for working on a vehicle. Very, very happy with Miniart, the way they're making all of these cool accessory pieces for doing dioramas or just putting figures around vehicles. Just stuff that you just wouldn't normally see, like the welders, things like that. Then we have a set of 1945 Ardennes, Germany road signs. So all the different road signs and telephone poles. We also have a new one coming out. A Russian Imperial Railway covered wagon, so another piece of train for the guys who like to do dioramas. We also have a T-54 dozer blade, one that's minus the turret, but huge dozer blade on the front with a full interior on it. And lastly, the one that I'll actually show you a little bit of the inside on as well. This is a new line of T-34/85 full interior kits from Miniart. One that I've gotten a lot of attention. I know a lot of customers have asked me about these. So this one is their new line, T-34/85s, full interior, like I was saying. And from what I understand, there's already 5 slated to come out. And the preview one we have right here is a Czechoslovak one, So based on this, because I think this is after World War II, so probably like a late 40s version of the T-34. But let's take a look at the inside parts. Closer look at the T-34, and I have to warn you going in, there is a lot of sprues in this kit. But we'll take a look at the turret here. Hopefully we can show you some of the texturing on the turret. Nicely done. And the way they've done their sprues too is they're kind of interesting. There's some of the bigger sprues, and then there are lots and lots of these little tiny ones in here. In fact, I think there's about 30 of these little, this size sprue, and they have all different types of stuff on it. So some of them have like ammunition, as you can see right here. And then we've got little tiny ones like this that have some of the wheels. We've got some that have the fuel tanks, you know, the external ones. Just stacks and stacks of different types of ones that they have inside there. This is one of the longer ones I wanted to show you guys too. Some of the nice ammunition that comes in here. Very nicely molded. And this is to give you guys just a general idea of what you'll be looking at inside here. So like I said, there's quite a few parts, lots of slide molded parts. So here's some of the exhaust, all slide molded. Also wanted to show you the gun barrel, slide molded, and one piece for the T-34 85 barrel. Here we have the engine sprue, so quite a bit of detail on top of that one. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, I would really think that they will probably come out with this sprue by itself to do an engine on its own. I've seen them do that quite often. Here is the actual hull, or the upper hull, I should say, and part of the lower hull. It is made up of multiple pieces. And here is your lower hull. And you can see they've got a lot of the line already molded right in there. Some of the upper pieces. Now I want to show you guys, these are all of the parts that come inside this kit. So it is going to be a super detailed kit once it gets built up. All the road wheels too, tiny little sprues. I'm going to just keep piling it here until you can see everything that comes in this kit. Wait, there's still more. Lots and lots more of plastic. So if someone is looking to do a really in-depth project, I would definitely recommend one of these for you there. Just me being kind of funny showing you all the parts piled up on there, but they are very nicely molded, and like I said, will build up to a great looking kit. And there's also a generous amount of photo etch inside there as well. Well, there you go, guys. There's a quick preview of some of the new kits that'll be coming out in the very near future, and in the case of Miniart, are out actually right now. Also, if you get a chance, and if you haven't done so already, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button down in the corner down there. Also, ring the bell. Don't want to forget that. That'll notify you every time a new video comes out. Really helps the channel out quite a bit. And I want to thank you guys as always for watching, and please stay tuned because we have many more videos coming.